Hey guys, welcome to another Urban Wargaming video. This is a video about my finished gaming table. So it gets used for everything from the board games over there to the mini games over there. However, the project took about 3 months to complete, but that was only because I was working on it maybe a couple hours each weekend when I had the time. Total cost for the table was about 350 Australian dollars, so you can convert that how you will. And I think without further ado, we'll get into the table a bit. So, first things first, you might notice these white kind of stripping on the table. These actually correspond to LEDs on the table. So there's actually a LED strip border. They're controlled by this little remote control here. You can buy them for 20 bucks off eBay. They're pretty cheap. You can change the brightness setting on them and whatever, and they go all around the table. I kind of put them in because we played D&D on the table, and they help to kind of set the mood a bit more, which is always good. And they are removable in case anything should happen to the LEDs underneath. You just lift those strips up and pull this strip out. So the next thing, I suppose, would be the big square in the center of the table. It is velvet on top of structural pine that has a layer of foam in between the foam, so the dice roll nice and well on the top. As you can see, it's not like rolling on like sand or whatever. And if I do want to play mini games and whatever, I just throw my frontline gaming mat over the top. The table itself is made out of structural pine, 2x4 and dressed pine. So the dressed pine is all the way out of around the outside. Gives you a kind of nice look. Sorry for the lights, terrible camera quality, but you can see that there's a nice grain in there. Same with all the legs as well. So yeah, it looks really nice once it's all stained. And the next cool thing about it, if I pull this chair back, excuse the noise, is the table has actually got push-in drawers that pop out. So basically all you need to do is just push them back in once you're done. And they've got one drawer at that width. I think they're about 1 meter wide drawers, and they're 30 centimeters deep. They go all 4 sides around the table. So I think this one's got card games in it, that one's got my Mordheim stuff, and that one over there actually has all the Reaper bone minis or just Reaper minis and whatever else that get used for D&D. So I'll quickly show you. So once again, sometimes they're a bit stiff, but that's the minis collection there so far. Lots of white stuff still needs to be painted up, and we're going to add a ton more to that, so it's just a push in and it locks back up. It can be a little bit sticky to get out sometimes. I do need to muck around with all the sliders as the weight gets kind of added to the table. It has thrown them off a bit. The other cool thing about the table is, if you look right down here, it's floating, and that's because the table itself is actually on caster wheels down there, which has really helped to kind of shift it round and move the table, like when you need to clean around it and whatever. It's been really helpful. So on that note, guys, that's pretty much the table. It's just a recap. It was 350 bucks to make. Took me about 3 months, but then again, you could probably make it in 2 weekends if you smashed it out. I only did a couple of hours on the week every weekend on just the Saturday. It's a 4x4 foot playing area in the center. My girlfriend is actually quite short, and she doesn't have too much of a trouble reaching over to the about the 3/4 mark along the other side of the table if she stands up. And the table itself sits at about 1.5 by 1.5, so it is actually quite a big table. And this centerpiece here is actually not screwed in as well, so if I should want to, you can lift the center out, and I'm actually in the process of making just another wooden insert. So when we have parties and people around and whatever, I just have a wooden insert that I can put into there, and we can continue to use the table and whatever, because it is kind of party-ish with all the LED lights. So that's my video, guys. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll be around a bit more now that we're heading into Christmas and December and whatever, and I've got a bit more time off uni and all that kind of thing. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.